NotebookLM is the best tool to learn about anything in 2025 using AI. And here is exactly what you need to know in order to stay ahead of the curve. Firstly, you can go to NotebookLM using notebooklm.google.com. Now, when you reach the website, you would see this interface. And here are a couple of things I want to tell you. First of all, you will see the all option, which shows you all of the notebooks including the featured notebooks by Google. The second one is my notebooks, and here is where you will see all of your notebooks only, and third one is only featured notebooks, meaning you will see only the featured notebooks in that option. So I would prefer my notebook section, and here is a great view, and you can also switch to a list view. You can also sort by alphabet or the most recent notebook you created. Now I would go ahead and create a new notebook, and to get started, firstly we need to add a source. Here we have a bunch of different options. First of all is to upload using my own device the files I have locally saved on my desktop. So I would click and upload a file. As you can see, it has been uploaded. Now we just don't need to upload one file, we can upload multiple, and the limit in the pro version is 300, and in the free version, as you can see, is 50. But I guess 50 is more than enough sources you would need to add in a single notebook. Now back to the thing. Now here we can also add from our Google Drive. Here I have an article about AI agent, so I would select it and insert it. Now we have two sources about AI agents, but we have some other methods to add these sources. Now if we see in the link option, we have website option where we can get a few websites articles that we can use in our notebook as a source. Now here I can paste an article and insert it inside my notebook. Now we also have an option of adding a YouTube video. So what it basically does is get the transcript of the YouTube video and add it as a source. So I can click here, and I have a few videos about AI agents like this one, and I can simply insert it. The last thing we can add is a copy text. We can also write the text or just paste the copied one. Now we can insert it as a source in our notebook. Now before doing anything else, we must change the name of our project file. Sometimes NotebookLM can mess up while picking a name for your project like it did with us. Here we have prompt engineering as a name, but we were learning about AI agents, so I would just replace it with AI agents. Now in the middle side, if we close these two, we can see a chat section. Here we can ask anything, any question about our topic, and it would pull the information from the sources and reply to us, like how does feature prompt engineering framework structure effective AI communication. Now the NotebookLM would reply to us. All of this answer isn't made by NotebookLM like other large language models do, but actually the main information is pulled from the sources and remixed in a unique style that would be easy to consume for us. Now before going or closing your tab, please just remember to save the answer as a note if you want to read it later, because you would never be able to see the history of your chat of your notebook. Like if I open this notebook in another tab, as I saved as a source, I can only read it from here in the studio tab, but I don't have any history here in our chat section. But it is also very good because the thing you need to save, you can just save it and access it quickly instead of just wandering around in the entire chat thing. Now the most interesting part here we have is this studio option. Here we can create audio, video, mind maps, reports, flashcards and quizzes from the sources we have mentioned. So the mind map is created. The mind map can be used to study anything step by step, like a roadmap is given to you and you just need to study. Now if I have AI agent and workflow hierarchy, I have these 3 levels and these 3 other topics I need to cover. So if I'm a student for technology or AI agents, I can just make a mind map and step by step clear all of these subtopics in order to be an expert on that field. We can also actually download this using this button, and it would be like a screenshot you would get of the mind map. We also have flashcards and quizzes. If you open the flashcards, you can see here are actual useful flashcards that can be used to learn the stuff, like what are the 2 key traits of large language models LLMs that limit their ability to answer questions about personal or real-time events. Most probably context, limited knowledge, which means context. You see it have created 50 flashcards, which is more than enough for one session of course, and you can add extra sources to learn more stuff. And the best thing here is you can also click the explain button. The NotebookLM won't tell you why the answer is this and not something else. This feature itself is very helpful in active learning and not just memorizing facts. And the other thing, we have quizzes. If we take a quiz, it would be the best way to learn anything actively and learn from our mistakes, more importantly. So according to these sources would be a question, so make sure you have read those sources. Now here is the question. According to Jeff Su's explanation, what is the single most important change that elevates an AI workflow to an AI agent? So this would be replacing a human decision maker with a large language model, of course. But before that, you can also take a hint, like it is telling us consider who and what is responsible for making decision and determining the best course of action in the process. So it would be an LLM, as human is replaced with the LLM. And then we have a lot of different questions you can go through. Here we have 10, which is I guess enough for one session. So here we are in the podcast session of 2 hosts made purely by AI. It's around AI agents.
AI agents, agentic autonomous systems thrown around constantly.
Yeah, and the explanations are often, well, either super technical or way too simple. It leaves you kind of confused.
I guess this is one of the best features if you are passively learning something, like going on a ride and listening to a podcast. This would impressively increase your capacity of memorizing things like facts or stuff like that. And they have a feature called join over here, which can be used to join the conversation with those 2 guys. So let me show you how it works.
Oh, hey, our listener wants to join in. What's up?
So I wanted to ask, like, what is the foundational concept of the LLMs? Like, can you tell me how LLMs are actually trained and how they are working behind the hood? Because if we don't know that, we can't build up on a weak foundation.
That is such a smart observation.
That's a great question.
You are absolutely right.
If the foundation is weak,
The rest of the structure won't hold up.
we could definitely back up a bit.
So let's keep it non-technical.
The foundational concept of LLMs,
Is that they are massive neural networks.
they are trained on a
on
trillion.
a text data.
Think of it as basically the
Entire internet's worth of book.
So you get the core idea. It can be used to learn about anything, even like talking with people right now. Inside NotebookLM, you can just ask any question out of the hood and they would reply according to those sources you put. But make sure the question is related to that topic or it would just hallucinate and make things up. Now let's finally see the video NotebookLM created for us.
Agentic workflows, agentic capabilities, AI agents. If you've been anywhere near the tech world, you have heard these terms flying around. But what they actually mean? Well, today we are going to cut right through all that noise and clearly explain what AI agents are all about.
I'm sure this sounds familiar to you, right? You try to look up AI agents, and you're either hit with this wall of super technical code, or you get a definition so simple it's basically useless. This explainer is for anyone who uses AI tools and just wants to understand what this next big thing is, without needing a degree in computer science to get it.
So here's our plan. We're going to start with stuff you already know, like chatbots. Then we'll build on that and look at automated workflows. And finally, we'll make that big leap to autonomous agents. We'll also clear up some confusing terms.
So you can see this is absolutely nuts. Just imagine what would happen when we are fully inside AGI like stuff. Now if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for more informative content. Thank you.